Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Today we are in fact doing another full face of SHEGLAM makeup. I told you guys I was gonna keep doing these videos and I had many more to come. I got you. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start off by priming my face. So this is the primer that I ended up getting. I have been wanting to try this one for a while, especially because it looks cool. So here is the primer. Oh, it's backwards. Oops. So here is the primer. Look at the packaging, guys. Stunning. Okay, it's actually like not heavy, but it has a little weight to it. All right, so here is this primer. This is the Glacier Glow Smoothing Primer. So let's go ahead and do it. I want to see if it has a blurring effect. So I'm going to do this side of my forehead. But right before I zoom into my face, I do want to let you guys know, I have said this before and I will say it again. Texture skin is normal. Pores are normal. Now let's get up close and personal. Okay, so clearly I have pores, I have redness, I have breakouts, right? So this side of my face, I already applied the primer. This side has none. Primer, none, primer, none. It does in fact feel cooling, and it also kind of has like that wet feeling to it. So now that the primer is just sitting, let's go ahead and move on to foundation. So like all the other videos, I did end up buying samples. These are the foundations. So these are the full coverage foundation balms. Let's try it. This one is in shade Acorn. Let's go ahead and give this one a try. It's actually packaged really good. Real quick, I am just gonna go in with a concealer brush. Oh, that was literally smooth. I thought it was gonna be a little harder, but it literally just like, okay. Not bad though. So here is that shade right there. So here is the other one. This one is in shade Honey. I already cleaned off my brush, so we're just gonna go right in. Go in and test it at the bottom. All right, so right away, I think I'm gonna go in with the top one, which is Acorn. So let's go ahead and go with that one. So for example, this one is Honey in the Balm one. This is also shade Honey in the Magnet foundation stick. I think that's what it's called. I'll put it here. So they do have different tones. So I do highly recommend you to get samples. I know it might take a little longer for you to like sample them out and have to reorder, but I highly suggest to get samples. Obviously it's not a drastic difference, but you know. Now I'm literally just gonna stick that little seal back on because I do like to save these foundations. Since it is a balm, I'm just gonna go right in with my foundation brush and just apply it. So this one does feel a lot thicker than the other foundations that I have tried. So this is what the foundation is looking like so far. Could I have used another shade? Probably. I usually like to get more than one shade. I would probably be better off getting 3 shades just in case. I want to say this foundation is pretty good so far. I feel like the other foundation I tried has way more high coverage, but if you're kind of like in the middle, I feel like this foundation balm is pretty good so far, but let's keep going. Let's keep testing these things out. Up next for concealer. So this is the concealer I ended up getting. I did end up getting shade Shell. So for all my concealers, I tried to also get different shades. The main reason is, I don't know why, but I just try to get a bunch of different shades just so I can test them out. But this is what the packaging is looking like. It looks really cute. So this is apparently, this says Perfect Skin High Coverage Concealer. We'll test it out. We'll see if it really is high coverage. So the thing with this one, the applicator is way different than the other ones I have gotten off SHEGLAM. This applicator is reminding me of the LA Color one. This is what the LA Color application looks like. And this is what the SHEGLAM applicator looks like. Now let's go ahead and get some product. Okay, you can feel it kind of getting tighter at the bottom when you turn it, and yep, you can see the product coming right up. So there it goes. And let's just, oh, this is probably not the shade I was going for, but hey, I like to get that inner face glow. Okay, so this is probably going to give me that inner face glow. And then we can't forget the tip of the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows with this same concealer. It usually is easier with this applicator, but we'll see. Now, I may have gone a little overboard on the top one just because I tried to even it out. That's just, I don't know. But overall, applying it is quite easy. Like I said, it's a lot like the LA Color one. Let's blend it out. I am going to blend it out with a concealer brush instead of a sponge. I have been going back and forth with my sponges and brushes, like back and forth, right? And right now I have really been liking my brushes. And before, I literally did not want to look at brushes because I was like, no, I need to switch to sponges. And now I'm liking my brush. Okay, so I love doing the inner face glow, right? But I feel like this is a little too light for me. Overall, I feel like this concealer is really good. It is high coverage and it blended out smoothly. And honestly, it looks so pretty. It's just the fact that it's just a tad bit too pale for me, which is perfectly fine. If I used a little less, I feel like it'd be really good, but I did add a lot. So for bronzer, you guys have seen me use this in multiple videos if you've been watching my videos, and that is the SHEGLAM bronzer. So this one is in shade Warm Honey. This one is probably one of their viral, like trending, very popular product. So this is what the applicator looks like, and I am gonna go ahead and use this. If I'm being honest, I did not find any other bronzer that was not pressed powder. I do like pressed powder bronzers, but I feel like, I don't know, I wanted to try something else, you know? I am gonna go in with a different brush just to kind of blend that out. See? Blend it out beautifully. Now, I haven't been buying eyeshadows just because I already have some, and you know, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go in a little bit with that bronze, and I'm going to add it to the ends of my eyelids. You guys will see it adds like a little definition, and it looks like you got a little bit of eyeshadow going on, you know? So let's just do that real quick. So let's do a crease check test. There is a little bit of creasing right down here, not so much around the nose area. The eyelids, it's creasing a little bit, but we haven't done our setting powder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna buff it until then. So now I think we can actually go in with our blush. So this is the blush palette that I got. So I grabbed a palette that has all these shades that I have not tried, you know, but I did see someone on TikTok actually use a shade just like this, and it looked really pretty. So I do want to give it a try. So I'm actually going to add my blush before I set my face. In case my blush is a little too intense, the setting powder kind of like tones it down a notch, you know? So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This shade right here is also really pretty, but let's try this one and see what we think. So I'm just going to go in and apply that how I normally would. I'm also going to apply that blush up to my brow bone just to give it that little eyeshadow effect, I guess. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so this is what they are looking like. I did swap them kind of backwards, but here is this one, and then here's the middle one, and then here is the last one. Pigment is there, okay? They are really smooth actually, and I feel like these colors are really pretty. Now that we are done with concealer, bronzing and blush. Let's move on to setting powder. I have not had a duo setting powder before, so let's give this a try. I'm actually excited to have a under eye and then a full face of setting powder. You know? So this is what the packaging is looking like. Very cute, right? A little heavy. So I don't know what I was doing when I was picking out these shades. But here is this one. This one is in shade Toasted Almond. I try to go based off other people's reviews when I order my stuff. You know, I actually bought this little sponge in another video, but I think these two are like duos, trios, I don't know. But these kind of go together. So I am going to go ahead and use this sponge for this video. You guys can see it is a Fuzzy Beauty sponge. I have used it before. Was I a fan of it? Let's give it a second try. So I am going to go ahead and add the under eye to my under eyes. And the thing that I don't really like about this one is it's kind of stiff. I think is the type of like material that they use for it, but it's kind of hard to like get into certain places. I like to use the puff because you can actually like bend it and like get into places where this one doesn't really get into. It does pick up the product beautifully. Like, I mean, I think that's what it's meant to do. I always add my powders to my eyelids just to set that in place. Just because, you know, your eyelids crease, you know. So let's go ahead and do that. And now I'm just gonna go in with the normal puff on the other eye, see if the same amount of product gets on there. And it looks like it is. I mean, same thing. Now I am probably gonna have to dust some of this off because I feel like it's looking a little cakey. Let's move on to the full face powder. All right, so far I have noticed two different things from this. So this kind of has a open and close little thing. It has these little ridges on the side, so it's easier for you to turn open and close, which is honestly really good because loose powder can get crazy sometimes. Another thing that I also noticed was I always like to dump my setting powder on the lid. This lid kind of has a dent from the actual powder from the top one. So I feel like a lot of product can just get shoved down there. I don't know. But we are actually just going to try to not use it. And I'm just going to try to take out as much as I can. This powder is orange. But it might honestly be my shade. I don't know. We're doing this together. All right, so I'm actually just going to add that a little bit on top of this one just because I feel like it was a little too pale for me and I need a little less. So I'm just adding this everywhere. So for this one, I literally just brushed it on my face everywhere. I did try to add some on top of the pressed one just to kind of like neutralize it because I feel like I was looking a little too pale. But overall, this is what it is looking like. Honestly, it is not bad. Not bad at all. I feel like if I had my colors right, it would look really pretty. One thing though, I could see that the blush faded off a little bit, so I am gonna add a little bit more, just a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go in with these two right here just because this color looks so pretty to me. I don't know why. So let's just go in and apply more blush. Let's move on to brows. So for brows, so this is what I ended up getting. So this is the Hold 'Em Up Tinted Brow Gel, and it's really pretty. Look at the packaging to this. Really pretty. Real quick, I am gonna just slightly clean off the product that I have on my brows. My handy dandy makeup rag. If you don't have a makeup rag, I highly suggest getting a makeup rag. So real easily, I'm just going to take off as much as I can, just because usually when you add product on top after having concealer, foundation, and powders and bronze, it can get a little clunky. But let's go ahead and open this up So this is what the applicator is looking like. I just tested it out and it does actually have a little bit of fibers. So I am gonna go in. I like that it's kind of like a squish tube. I don't know, so you can go in there and kind of like squish it. I don't know. But let's go ahead and just brush the brows. So the name is Hold Them Up. So let's see how good it holds them up. We'll see. Right off the bat, I can feel it getting a little tackier, which is really good. Color-wise, I think it's a pretty good color. It's not insanely like pigmented, which is okay if you're going for something more like subtle. I did get it in shade Chocolate. They did have other shades to it, so you know. All right, so this is what I have been waiting for. Lashes. Okay, so let's go ahead and curl these lashes. I did buy this lash curler off Shein as well. It is not SHEGLAM, but it is from Shein. I will have it linked below. So this is the mascara I ended up getting. This is the Lash Bestie 2-in-1 mascara. I ordered this stuff a while ago. Okay, so if I'm being honest, half of this stuff I didn't even remember what it looked like, and actually seeing the product, I'm like, yep, that's what I got. All right, so this is what the mascara is looking like. This packaging is giving off the Pore Stick primer vibes a little bit with the little gold. But anyways, so this is what it looks like. So this says length. I don't know. Let's do length. All right, so here is length. And then, just for the heck of it, I do want to take this one off. Just because I want to see. Is that supposed to happen? Did I break it? Maybe I opened it wrong. Maybe I just wasn't supposed to do that. So let's just go in with this one. Let's just do the lashes. I'm not a big fan of this wand. Just because you can see all those gaps. I feel like it doesn't really get into your lashes like it should. At least for me, I feel like it's not the best wand. But we're gonna keep going. All right, so that is with one coat. It's still pretty. It's still mascara at the end of the day. Me personally, I'm not messing with this applicator. Now, hopefully I didn't break the bottom one. Let's go ahead and take it out. Wait, what? How does that work? How does that work? I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it out. Wait. I get it now. You guys are probably like, duh, I didn't know. So when you take it out, it has less mascara, right? When you put it in, it picks up more mascara. So pretty much it's just one wand just picking up more mascara depending whether you want length or volume. Now I'm gonna just try to put this product back in there without making a mess. Okay, so at the end of the day, it is the same applicator, just with more mascara. Let's just do it again. All right, it's a little messy, I'm not gonna lie. All right, guys, so this is what the mascara is looking like. Honestly, it's not terrible, okay? I'm not saying it's terrible. Like, it's doing its thing. It literally added more mascara to the lashes. It's doing what it says, more volume. And that is what it's giving. Personally, I feel like if the bristles were a little different, like if it actually helped get in every single lash, I don't know. Maybe just me. I don't know. But that is, again, what the lashes are looking like with the volume. Let's move on. All right, so for highlight, I have used this one before again, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys just because I couldn't really find another highlight that caught my attention like that. So let's just use this one. So this is a liquid highlight. This is in shade Tea Cake. And let me show you what the applicator looks like. The first time I opened this, I was confused. I expected to see the applicator that the blush and the bronze slash contour had. So this applicator is different from those, but still really pretty. The one thing that I will tell you guys about this highlight is that a little bit goes a long way, and there's a lot of product in here. Even just this alone is a good bit. Like, look at my nose, right? I'm gonna go ahead and add some to my brow bones, right? And I'm just going to add a little on my cheekbones. And I'm just going to blend that out with my finger. Real quick, let's do lips. Now, I did not buy a lip liner. I don't know what I was thinking. It like completely left my mind, but I did not buy a lip liner. But one thing that I did buy was this Mere Kiss High Shine lipstick. This is in shade Own Your Shine. So this one is kind of like a top gloss. You can wear this on top of another lipstick. I'm just gonna go in, clean off my lips, take off as much foundation as I can, and I'm honestly just gonna go right in with this right on top. Let's see how shimmery it is. All right, so lips are cleaned off. Let's move on to this. First off, let's talk about the packaging. The packaging, beautiful, but enough blabbing, let's get right into it. First off, let's see how much product is in here. So this is how much product you are getting with this lipstick slash lip gloss slash lip shine. I don't know what it is. What is it? So it says it is a lipstick. Oh, I forgot. So when you're using this, you kind of have to use very little because the formula to this is very buttery, silky. So it can mess up the actual lipstick. So you kind of gotta use a little bit, and I can use it, you know, take some out. So don't pull out the whole thing like I did before using. Just, you know, remember to put it back. You can actually feel the little bits of glitter in it. It's not bad. It's not too gritty, but you can still feel it. Overall, I feel like it's really pretty. It looks a little ashy. All right, so I went ahead and took it off, but look how beautiful. I don't know if my camera's picking it up or not, but like from my mirror, I can see like the specks of shimmer just shimmering away. That is really pretty. So this is with less on. Maybe I went a little overboard the first time. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Is it my favorite? You know. So now that our makeup is done, let's go ahead and lock it in. So in my other videos, I did explain how there wasn't much setting sprays to look at. I did end up getting the Pickle Rick one, and I also ended up getting this one. So I actually ordered the other one of these. So that one is coming in for another video. So don't forget to subscribe. Let's take a moment right now real quick. Don't forget to subscribe, because if you don't subscribe, how else will you find me? And trust me, I have more of these videos coming soon where we try out all the SHEGLAM makeup. Anyways, so I am gonna go ahead and use this setting spray. Guys, I have talked about this setting spray in multiple of my videos, and this one is a must, okay? If you really want a setting spray that locks in your makeup, this is it. Look at the spray to that one, okay? Now let's do a little quick recap of all the products, and you know, let's talk about them. So let's start off with the primer. Honestly, this primer, the packaging overall is super cute. I think the primer, I honestly think it blurred out my pores more than other stuff that I've tried. I don't know. Obviously, I like to give these products all a second chance to fully test them out. But honestly, guys, I feel like it helped out my pores. All right, so next for foundation. So again, I love that you can pick out your own samples, pick different shades, you know, try them out before you buy the big thing. But so far this foundation balm, I like it. I feel like I like the other ones a little bit more just because they were smoother to blend out. They were a little bit more creamier. I don't know, it's kind of weird. The coverage was pretty good. It wasn't fully high coverage, but it was medium coverage, which is perfectly fine. Not everybody likes high coverage. So now let's move on to concealer. Now let's do a crease test. So obviously, like I said, I like to test out these makeups later. I will probably use this concealer with another setting powder just to see the creasing. So let's get up close and personal. All right, so real quick on the eyelids, there is a little bit of creasing, not too much. On the bottom though, nose, not so much on the nose. It's just the bottom. Now let's move on to the bronzer. Guys, this bronzer is honestly pretty good. I like it. It's easy to blend. The only downside to this is whenever you add a dot or a line, if you leave it on there for a little too long and you go out to blend it out, you will see the outline of the product. I don't know if it's just me that it's happened to, but it's happened to me quite a good bit. Now, blush. This blush is honestly really cute. I love that it has 3 different shades that you can pick from. This one also comes with more shades that you can also pick from. Now, this brow gel, I am not gonna lie, I don't know if I didn't add enough, but it really didn't hold them in place. You can see I'm literally like running my nail through it, but the pigment itself is quite nice. If you're looking for something to just add pigment, this is a good one. All right, mascara. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of this one. I feel like the bristles to this one are not the best. Like I said, I feel like they are very spreaded out and it kind of doesn't, I feel like it doesn't hug your lashes like mascara is supposed to hug your lashes. Does that make sense? I don't know. Overall, I can tell that this one is starting to droop a little bit. This one is still staying pretty high. I personally would not buy this one again. Sorry. Now let's move on to the lips. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys because this is the whole point of these whole SHEGLAM reviews. I am not a fan. I feel like it is giving off the same effect any shimmery glitter gloss is giving off. Don't hate me in the comments. I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel like it's overhyped, in my opinion. Would I buy it again? Probably not. I definitely do want to try out the other shades that they have that don't have the shimmer. It did look a little different on other people, but maybe with me, maybe I added too much, maybe I did it wrong. I don't know. Let me know because I want to know. Real quick, one thing that I did notice about the highlight is it did take away my makeup right there. And right there, you can kind of see where it picked up the makeup. The one on my nose is still on, so this one's a little iffy. This one's a little iffy. Now for the setting powder. I do like that it has different shades. The top one to brighten your under eyes, the other one to set your whole face. I do like it. It does come in different shades like I mentioned previously. I like the whole idea concept of it, having the under eye brightener and then the full face setting powder. One thing I will say is I feel like it looks a little chalky. Overall, the face one is not bad, but the under eye one, it does look a little chalky. It did not mix well with the concealer, that's for sure. But yeah. And again, the setting spray, I have talked to you guys about this one. 100% recommend trying this one. This one is literally my go-to spray now. It used to be the e.l.f. one. Now it's this one. You know? All right, you guys, that is the end of today's video. Again, this is what the makeup look is looking like. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you don't subscribe, how else will you find me? Like I said, I make videos like these quite often. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.